So here we will see a bit more. Here we will see in a bit more detail the slope nature of your RCF filter. So basically, uh, if we are, this is the, you can say this is your transmission bandwidth, or you can say the channel bandwidth, which is RB. So this is the frequency response of the RCF filter as you have shown here, and this is the RB bandwidth, or you can say the channel bandwidth, or incoming frequency, or incoming message bit frequency bandwidth, and this is the midpoint, which is RB by 2. So first we looked into the thing. Now here we have drawn the characteristics of three different race cosine filter. First filter, you see this is very stiff. This is very stiff filter. So these are very stiff race cosine filter. The second filter, which is marked in the green line, this is somewhat slant as compared to this first one, and another is marked in the pink line. The pink filter is even more slanter as compared to the green one. So to here we'll introduce a term called roll-off factor. The roll-off factor, which is basically indicated by alpha, is a measure of how much slant the filters the filter is. Alpha is basically the measure of the slantness of the cutoff, slantness of the pass band, or slantness of the frequency response of the filter. So here we see alpha is basically the roll-off factor alpha. It stays between 1 and 0. 0 and 1, in between these two limit alpha stays. So how basically alpha is calculated, that we will first see, and then we will see that the possible limit can be in between these two values. So alpha is calculated as fx by RB by 2. Fx by RB by 2. So what is RB by 2? See, this was my RB, and this is my exactly midpoint. So this is called RB by 2. This is the 0 part. So from here to here it's RB, and the midpoint here to here is RB by 2. Now what is Fx? Fx is called the excess frequency. Excess frequency. So what is the excess frequency? The frequency which lies to the right of this point is called the excess frequency. So what is the excess frequency? First, if we take the pink curve, see the excess frequency is this much from this point to this point. Why? Because see, the pink curve hits the x-axis in this point. So this much is your excess frequency. So excess frequency for pink curve, the excess frequency is this minus this, RB minus RB by 2, which is equal to RB by 2. Okay, so this is the frequency. Pink curve, this is excess frequency. So pink curve excess frequency is Fx is equal to RB, this point minus this point, RB by 2 equal to RB by 2. So what will be the roll-off factor for the pink curve? So roll-off factor for the pink curve will be, see, it is Fx divided by RB by 2. So here Fx is equal to itself RB by 2. So roll-off factor will be RB by 2 divided by RB by 2, which is equal to 1. So for this curve, this slant curve, this is your alpha equal to 1. We say for the slant curve the alpha equal to 1. So one more thing I like to tell you, that if you observe the slantness, this is the maximum possible slantness can happen, because see, this is the most stiff one. Now if you reduce gradually this, it becomes like this. If you gradually reduce this stiffness, first it will become this, and then if you keep on decreasing, the maximum stretch will become, most slant curve will look like this. So the thing is that this is the one. So maximum slant curve alpha can be 1. Similarly, if I take this thing, this yellow part, the green curve, this is another RCF, raised cosine filter, but its slope is slightly more stiffer than the pink one. So if we assume that this point is 3 RB by 4, that is the exact, this point is the exact midpoint between these two. This is the exact midpoint between these two. This will be 3 RB by 4. So in this case, similarly, you can calculate the fx. The fx here in this case, it will be, so this is my fx. As I have told you, fx will be the part of this filter, that lies to the right hand, to the right of this RB by 2 point. So this is the part that lies to the right of the RB by 2 point. So how much is this? This is 3 RB by 4 minus RB. 3 RB by 4 minus RB by 2. This is RB by 4. So now if I have to calculate alpha, it's simply because fx by RB by 2. Here fx is RB by 4 and denominator is RB by 2. So here it is half. Alpha is equal to half, which is 0.5. So this curve, we can say its alpha is, or the roll-off factor is 0.5. Similarly, for this curve, we can say, see this curve, there is, for this particular point, there is no excess frequency. For this stiff curve, there is no excess frequency. This is one limit, because if the curve, if the RCF filter is ideally stiff, is 100% stiff, then this will occur. In that case, fx will be 0, because see, to the right of this point there is no frequency. So in this case, your fx is 0. So if you divide alpha equal to fx by RB by 2, here fx is 0, so this division becomes 0, so alpha becomes 0. So here for this, alpha is 0. You can say the most stiff RCF filter will have a frequency, will have a alpha or roll-off factor of 0, and the most slant will have the roll-off factor of 1. And in between these two things, there can be roll-off factor 0.9, 0.8, 0.5, and similarly like this. Now, one thing I like to tell you, that as I have mentioned previously, that if the slanter the curve, it is better. The slanter the curve, it is better in terms of in terms of sync pulse your side lobes. So the slanter the curve, the sync pulse, so side lobe decreases. The sync pulse side lobes decreases more rapidly. The sync pulse side lobe decreases more rapidly. So we can say it is better to use this filter, the pink one, where alpha is equal to 1, as compared to alpha equal to 0, because this is more slanter. And if I use this particular pink curve, I'll get the sync pulse whose side lobes amplitude is very less. That means the side lobe decreases very fast. But this is one advantage surely for using alpha equal to 1 as compared to alpha equal to 0. But there is one disadvantage of using higher alpha, that is alpha equal to 1, as compared to a lower alpha, which is alpha equal to 0. The disadvantage is that there is one more equation I like to show you, which states the disadvantage of the using a slanter, RCF. So for an RCF, here the RB quantity is called the bit rate. That is the number of bits we want to transmit, this number of bits per second. You know, bit rate is number of bits per second that you want to, the transmitter is transmitting, and W is your basically the bandwidth of the channel. The bandwidth of the channel. So it says that this equation says that if I want to, and here alpha is the roll-off factor. So it says, this equation says, if I want to pass, if I I'm using a RCF filter of roll-off alpha, and if I want to pass RB number of bits per second, then the channel bandwidth should be at least W. This is W. So W, I repeat again, if I say I'm using a RCF filter with roll-off factor alpha, and if I want to transmit or I want to pass RB bits per second, then the channel bandwidth should be minimum of W. So what that means, in this equation you can see very easily that if the value of alpha is less, then to pass some particular RB, the bandwidth is required is less. But if I use a higher alpha, in that case, higher value of alpha, in that case the curve will become more slant, but in that case, to pass the same amount of RB through the channel, the required bandwidth will be more. So suppose if I take two cases, alpha equal to 0 and alpha equal to 1. So alpha equal to 1, 0 is the most stiff one. Alpha equal to 0 is the most stiff curve. So if I want to use this filter, my bandwidth should be minimum of half of 1 plus 1, here alpha equal to 1. So 1 plus 1 into RB, which is equal to RB. Half into 1 plus 1 is 1, then RB. But here, if I am using a slant, if I am using the pink one, the slant one, where alpha equal to 1, there is a disadvantage. In this case, the minimum bandwidth required W, the minimum bandwidth required for transmission of RBs per second, W is equal to 1 plus, okay, I'm sorry, first calculation I have done a mistake. If alpha equal to 0, then this equation becomes half of 1 plus 0, not 1 plus 1, but 1 plus 0 into RB. So this becomes half of RB. So you can say that in case of using RCF of alpha 0, that is very stiff RCF, the required bandwidth is only half of the bit rate. But if I use a very slant RPF, which is alpha equal to 1, denoted by the pink curve, this is slant test, the bandwidth required will be half of 1 plus 1, because here alpha is equal to 1 into RB, which is equal to RB. So in the case of alpha equal to 0, we need a minimum bandwidth required to send RB bits per second is half of RB, whereas in case of alpha equal to 1, the minimum bandwidth required to support a bit of RB is equal to RB itself. So you can see, if I make the RCF curve more slanter, advantage is that the ripples in the passband of the sync function, that decreases very faster. That is the advantage, and as a result it causes very less interference between two neighboring pulses. But the disadvantage is that we need a higher bandwidth. We need a higher bandwidth for transmission if you are using RCF having higher alpha.